He took a product nobody wanted, a tool the world ignored, and turned it into a multi-million-dollar empire. But the truth behind the RipStick is far more complicated than anyone expected. Before the RipStick made millions, it almost never existed.
Yesterday I figured out that somebody is ripping off one of my late martial arts instructors. This guy named Shuaib Islaam has ripped it off and is now marketing this thing called the RipRight stick.
Islam didn't start as RipRight. He started as a man fighting for his life, over 10 years behind bars, surrounded by concrete, chaos, and the kind of pressure that either breaks you or builds you. Inside, he found discipline, he found calisthenics, he found a purpose, and when he walked out of prison, he didn't just want to rebuild his life, he wanted to build a movement. But the tool that would change everything wasn't even his idea. Before RipRight ever touched it, the RipStick wasn't a business, it wasn't a brand, it wasn't even a product. It was an obscure, homemade training tool, rubber bands, and tubing. People tried to sell it, nobody cared. It was too odd, too niche, too what is that thing? But RipRight saw something different. He saw a weapon, a tool that could bulletproof shoulders, build mobility, and transform upper body strength. He didn't just use it, he built his entire training identity around it. Every video, every workout, every challenge. The RipStick wasn't a product anymore, it was a lifestyle. But the moment he started selling it, the past came back to haunt him. In Harlem, long before the RipStick went viral, there was a martial artist named Sensei Marvin Gatling, a legend, a teacher, a man who created a device he called the toy. Some say the RipStick is just a rebranded version of his invention. Some say RipRight stole it. Some say the community failed Gatling in his final years. The accusations hit hard. You profited off a dying man's idea. You took the toy and made millions. But the truth is messy, complicated, and still debated today. Supporters argue, even if the design was similar, no one unlocked the technique the way RipRight did. No one built the system. No one built the culture. Critics argue the success should have belonged to Gatling.
What does this work?
This is working forearm, bicep, deltoids, tricep, fingers, neck muscles, face muscles, the chakras, and the meridians open up immediately. So I want you to see this here. Inhale slightly, exhale, push out, lock out. Come back down, exhale, go out, inhale, come back. 2, 3, lock straight out. Inhale, pull apart. 1/4 turn, 2, keep the arm straight, 3. 1, 2, and 3.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean, we want to just dedicate this one to Marvin Gatling. Shout out to Marvin Gatling. Somebody saying, yo, that's not yours, you didn't invent that. So I'm like, nah, I didn't, it's my man joint, Benjamin. He like, nah, it's not his joint either. He came to me and said he wanted me to be the face. So I'm like, cool, yeah, I can be the face, bro. And this guy put his heart and his soul in the last 20 years into the quote-unquote resistics. He's been selling it, but obviously not at a high level. So I'm selling this joint off the shelf because the RipStick or the toy has been
in commerce
for more than a year. It is
ineligible to be patented.
But controversy didn't stop the sales, it multiplied them. RipRight didn't wait for manufacturers. He didn't wait for investors. He didn't wait for permission. He and his team built the RipSticks by hand. Tubing, bands, sweat, and hustle. Production costs, almost nothing. Profit margins, insane. Then came the strategy that changed everything. He didn't just say the RipStick worked. He showed the numbers. He showed the orders. He showed the $6,000 weeks, then the $100,000 months, then the $1 million milestone. And the world believed him because he showed them the truth.
People think we just making money. No, we're making money, in every single cent we're putting it back into the business, as you can see. So right here, as you can see, guys, this is the front of the headquarters. So what we did was we put up a whole entire calisthenics setup because we wanted to bring a New York style calisthenics to Florida. We purchased the property, came with 2 properties in one. So let's get over to the other side. In itself, this is also our land. This is a whole half an acre.
But success wasn't enough. RipRight wanted a kingdom. In 2021, RipRight moved to Florida and bought an acre of land. Not for luxury, not for comfort, for purpose. He built a $40,000 outdoor calisthenics Oasis. Bars, rigs, dip stations, and plenty of room to battle. A place where training wasn't optional. Creators visited, athletes visited, fans visited. The compound became the HQ of Team RipRight, the birthplace of Settle It On the Barz battles, and the engine behind the RipStick's global takeover. But the real secret to his success wasn't the product, it was the story. Let's talk economics. RipRight didn't just sell a stick. He sold a transformation, a community, a challenge, and a lifestyle. He mastered product market fit, direct to consumer sales, high margin production, social media virality, scaling infrastructure, fulfillment operations, and data-driven marketing. He turned a niche tool into a global shoulder health movement. He solidified the toy as a desirable product in the fitness business. But every empire has a legacy, and every legacy has a cost. Today, the RipStick has sold over 100,000 units. The Florida Oasis is a pilgrimage site for calisthenic athletes. But the story isn't just about money, or controversy, or even fitness. It's about a man who started with nothing and built something the world couldn't ignore. A man who took an overlooked tool and turned it into a movement. A man who proved that even an unsought product can become a multi-million-dollar empire when the right story is behind it. This is how RipRight turned a dead idea into a dynasty, and why his story is far from over.
Calisthenics Exposed. The RipStick is part of calisthenics, and it's a part of the RipRight history.
Big facts. Heavy on the facts, man.
Big business.
All right, you got your point. It's a good pump. It's a good pump, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely got a bicep pump. For sure.
That's solid. It's a vibe. I rock with it. I like it. It's good. Bro, love that. Yo, I'm feeling that in my shoulders.
Some extra bands.
My lats, my triceps, obliques, everywhere, bro. I love that.
Yo,
I love it. Especially to easily hit the rear delts, medial delts, all at the same time.
If you haven't watched it yet, check out DMV Calisthenics Exposed, the most raw, unfiltered, and unforgiving calisthenics scene in America.
Move the pounds, yeah, I'm really